Thank you for joining me. I'm Scott Ryan. Well, today the United States Senate rejected the Buffett rule, as Obama dubbed it. Charles Krauthammer adequately pointed out that it would take 240 years of this tax just to make up for the deficit this year. The difference in what we have coming in and what's going out. That's a great illustration because it points out the fact that this is nothing but a waste of time, propaganda by Barack Obama, again, to distract from the issues, which he does masterfully. You know, if we were to take the presidency and a majority in the House and Senate of real, genuine conservatives, I'd have a Buffett rule of my own that I would like to propose. Actually, I would call it the Buffett, Spielberg, Weinstein, Hanks, Gates tax, where we take these frauds, these phony liberals who like to go out there and have their names used, who like to go out on campaigns showing how benevolent they are by wanting to raise the taxes on the rich. And it's so disingenuous because they don't want to pay. They just want other people to pay. They want to use other people's money. And the way that that works, Barack Obama demonstrated actually in his healthcare bill. This really goes, it speaks to the type of would-be tyrants and useful idiots that they are. Obama's the would-be tyrant, dictator. His Hollywood elite, the pantheon with which he surrounds himself in his lavish White House parties, these people are the useful idiots. And what Obama demonstrated clearly with this healthcare bill is these taxes, these penalties are for everybody else. But just like any dictator in any third world country, the useful idiots get waivers. Barack Obama has already shown that he will give waivers to his favorites, corporations and his buddies who support him in his Marxist coup d'etat don't have to worry about a thing. All they have to do is sell out their fellow Americans to this would-be dictator, and they are promised, as long as they keep the propaganda coming to dissuade the masses from protesting, to fool the masses into thinking that this is making their lives better. As long as they do that, they're going to get waivers. Buffett doesn't have to pay the taxes, and he won't have to pay the taxes. Nor does Gates, nor do any of his Hollywood elite friends or his music moguls. It's pure hypocrisy, and it's a sellout. Because Warren Buffett, the biggest hypocrite of all, he had a good thing going. If he could have just been happy with his place as a successful investor, if he could have just retired and passed on with that legacy. But no, Warren Buffett will go down in infamy. Posterity will judge him for being the sellout to American principles, the sellout to the United States Constitution, every bit as much as George Soros. He couldn't be happy. He had to be the disingenuous phony and push for these tax increases. And look what he does. So many people praise Warren Buffett because he's given most of his money away to charity. He made this commitment to the Gates Foundation, and he's giving most of it away for liberal causes. The Gates Foundation, Bill Gates being a liberal himself. And it's a great paradox, but it's a fact. Some of the wealthiest people in this country are Marxists because they are so elite. They don't believe, just like in any communist nation, whether large or small, the elite don't live by the same rules. It's the majority who suffer. Whatever class, everybody but the elite have to pay the penalties. We are like the scaffold who exist for the very purpose in their minds of propping them up. That is your sole role in life. There is no meaning to your life. You were not created. You are there. You exist to walk hand in hand like the super ape they teach you you are. Super ape and super state. And Warren Buffett, it might seem generous. He's pledging all of his life savings, basically, leaving his son, I think, a little bit, but it looks so noble. But it's easy. It's easy to give away money when you're dead. He's not giving away the money now. Actually, he reaps a great tax advantage by pledging. If you look at a charitable remainder trust in the financial world, it's a great deal. If you're wealthy, you can give away your money, pledge it to somebody, a charitable organization, when you're dead, but you get the tax benefits, the write-offs, now while you're alive. Doesn't get much better than that. So it's disingenuous. When all these people praise this guy, he's on board to sell out this nation. And he's also been awarded, of course, the Congressional Medal of Freedom, which is a special award that he won for sucking up to Obama and playing ball and selling out the rest of us. Do you want to see these liberals revolt, all these Hollywood phony feel-good Marxists? You want to see them revolt against taxes? Let's get a majority in the House and the Senate in the executive branch, and let's do what the liberals did to the tobacco companies. The whole lawsuit was predicated on it. They call it a sin tax. Well, let's get a majority in all three branches of government, and let's promulgate a Hollywood and media industry sin tax and see how much they like it. Let's impose a 70% tax immediately. Let's take all of Warren Buffett's money now, since he loves paying taxes. Surely he wouldn't object to that. Let's take all of Buffett's 70%. Let's take 70% of George Soros' money. Let's take 70% of Bill Gates' money and all those liberals. Let's take 70% of Steven Spielberg's. Let's take 70% of Harvey Weinstein's. Let's take 70% of Tom Hanks' money and all these phony rap moguls who are destroying the black community with their filth, their garbage. This is probably the most deserved sin tax, if ever there was one, in the history of the United States. When you look at what has happened to the morals, the values of our culture, the breakup of the family, the divorce rate, the drug abuse rate, the teen pregnancy rate, the promiscuity, the abortions, babies out of wedlock, school shootouts, every one of these just about you can link directly to the poison, the school of preparation to qualify children for death row that the Hollywood media puts out in the rap industry, the music industry. Let's go after Lady Gaga's money. Let's go after Madonna's money. Let's see how much they like it then. Let's see how true they are. Surely they wouldn't mind because they're such noble liberals. It'll be a little bit different then because there won't be any waivers. I say bring it on. And if we don't want to tax it, hey, all these tobacco suits, they were state attorneys general. Let's have the God-fearing states of America launch a new lawsuit against these industries. Let's take it out of their asses. That's what I say. And we'll see how noble these people, how generous and benevolent and philanthropic these people really are. Thank you for joining me. I'm Scott Reiner.